your video?
I looked at them a bit. I just watched games. I didn't really watch the breakdowns throughout the week. I'll watch, cut-ups and stuff to get an idea of tendencies. But I was just watching the game, and younger quarterback, but very capable, great athletes. They're going to come to play. We got to come to play. I think we can match up well, but it's going to be dependent on what team shows up.
You guys, I think the past 4 weeks have faced some mobile quarterbacks. Is he going to try and do the same things? Is that his style or not?
From what I saw, he has the ability to run. He's an athletic guy, but most of the time he scrambles to throw. So, having watched some of our prior game tape, maybe that changes. Maybe they want him to tuck it a little bit more and run it, and we're certainly going to have to do a good job keeping him in the pocket either way.
When you've reviewed the last 4 games, you guys only have 1 sack over those 4. Do you kind of attribute it partially to, there's triple option and then 3 other guys who did run a lot. Do you kind of attribute it to that they were able to get away from pressure?
Yeah, a lot of these quarterbacks we've been playing are very athletic, and we're getting a good pass rush, and quarterbacks are just making good plays, eluding the rush and getting outside and extending the play. And our guys are making it through the offensive line and flushing guys out of the pocket, and these quarterbacks have just been doing a nice job.
What's your impression of on Kaya, just how much better he's gotten as the year's gone on? Obviously, the freshman starter.
Yeah, I haven't watched much game tape of him. I've heard good things. I've heard that he's improving greatly. I watched the game against Florida State. I thought he played a good game, especially for a young guy. Big stage, that game, especially night game. What was that, prime time? Mm-hmm. And I thought he looked good. I think he can make all the throws, and like I said, certainly athletic. And we're gonna have to take advantage of him having a little less experience than some other guys, and hopefully we can do a good job of doing that.
What impresses you about Duke Johnson?
He's a great back. He does it all well. From the film I've watched, he catches it out of the backfield. He runs hard. He's not a big guy, but he runs hard. He's got power. Of course, elusive. He's hard to tackle in space, and we're going to have to get guys to the ball because, one guy alone isn't going to do the job on him all game. And we're going to have to get guys rushing to the ball and making an effort to, make sure that he's down because he comes up with plays out of times where you think he's trapped. And, they're going to try to get him the ball any way they can.
How valuable in your career have been those practices that you got between the end of the regular season and the bowl game? And is that something that, considering the youth that is on this team, that guys, as much as playing in the bowl game is important for the seniors, really, how important is that time from a player development standpoint?
Oh, it's huge. It's like a second spring ball, and you can start to see guys differentiate themselves and establish themselves. Guys start coming out of the red shirt mode and into the I'm going to contribute mode, and it's huge for the team to get an idea of kind of where it's going in the future, and we're going to do everything we can to provide that for those young guys.
Looking forward to 15 more practices.
Yeah, hey, I'm here as long as I could be here. I'm enjoying every minute.
You said earlier, got to make sure the right team shows up on Saturday. How do you guys go about doing that?
What we did against Syracuse is execution, and obviously you hear from the outside, it was Syracuse, their offense isn't good, and things are going to be said. But bottom line, if guys are in their spot, guys are in their spot, and when guys aren't in their spot, guys aren't in their spot, and that's when teams make plays. And if the team shows up that has the guys in the spots they need to be in, then we're going to be fine.
Are they still the U?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think so. They play with confidence, they play with that swag, and they have a lot of good athletes, and they carry themselves like the U, and that's going to be something that, especially for the younger guys, we have a young team. You can't be intimidated by the emblem, and those are just college kids, just like we are. They practice and go to school just like we do, and make sure all the young guys recognize that before we step on the field.
Is the way to counteract that is to hit them in the mouth early and establish some dominance?
Yeah, we got to go out there and show, not only execute, but show that we're not afraid. Show that we're there to play, and we believe that we can compete. And in any sport, any team that believes they can compete, believes they can win, is dangerous.